Hi YouTube. So I wanted to talk about my mental health, and it's something that I think a lot of people have been able to open up about more recently. And obviously, sharing all your feelings online at all times is probably the right way to go because it's just like we need to open up, right? We need to communicate these things. If we don't, um, I think it's too much for us, and you know, I don't think there's really any circumstance where we shouldn't be talking about our feelings. I think, it's good to open up, regardless of context. So I've kind of been struggling. I've been feeling very sad and depressed, and yeah, I wanted to kind of talk about my journey, talk to my doctor about this, um, and hopefully that I'm sorry, this is a lot, but I hope by me sharing my journey with you, then that'll hopefully help you to understand what I've been through, maybe what you've going through. So yeah. Anyway, let, let's let's talk about this. So anyway, I went to my doctor because it's like I see all these things online, and I don't know what to do about any of the things that are happening in the world. I don't know how to kind of sort of cope. So yeah, so I said, "Oh, well, doctor," I sort of started talking about what I was feeling, and he gave me this questionnaire to fill out. Now, it turns out that he sort of said that I could sort of share it if I wanted to. That maybe I would want to, but if I did, then I could. So I just wanted to talk through. So yeah, this is a very official NHS questionnaire. It's you can see it. It's even copyrighted, so it's real. And yeah, I mean, it is true that I haven't been thinking about Elon Musk enough. Like it's so difficult because I have these weird behaviors where I don't like enjoy thinking about Elon Musk at all times. And it's a sort of, it's not just Elon Musk, it's kind of the news in general. Like, I'll go home and then I'll sit down and I'll not want to turn on the news. Or immediately look at X, which is an excellent app. I mean, there's so much, you know, rational conversation going on there. Like, why would I not do that? And yeah, like, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself because we need to break down what this is about. I basically, this is the Elon Musk health questionnaire, and it asked me like over the last 2 weeks how often you've been bothered by the following problems, and this is very important because you know specifically knowing at all times what your feelings are in an arbitrary length of time is going to really help in understanding your mental state. And I found it really helpful doing this. And obviously filling in these kind of questionnaires is going to lead to lots of self understanding. So yeah. I think that the first thing is that I got more than half the days little interest or pleasure in thinking about Elon Musk, and I think even doing that, like that made me realize where I was going wrong because I'm so disengaged with the political and social conversation. I'm going home and I'm watching things that I might actually enjoy, rather than political outrage content. So I think like even just from that, just that one thing alone, we can say, I should be on X more, right? I should be following and thinking more about Elon Musk. I think that's really important. Sorry, I'm kind of I keep going off on these tangents, and and not kind of. I should go through each bit by. I'm sorry. Okay. So, there was one about feeling hopeless about Elon Musk, and I think like I got several days, and I think like I didn't get high enough because if I'm not feeling hopeless about Elon Musk, like how is the world going to improve? How am I going to know that things are bad unless I feel bad about them all the time? I mean, yeah. Anyway, let's move on. So another thing is obviously like not reacting to Elon Musk all enough. But it's interesting, it's quite nuanced here because there is actually an optimal level of tweeting and reacting to Elon Musk. Essentially, if you don't react enough to Elon Musk at all, you have a mental disorder. But if you react to him too much, you're also having a mental disorder. Now, you might be wondering in this situation, well, surely if there is a social situation where you can't stop hearing about Elon Musk because you're constantly being bombarded with lots of stuff about this particular individual, you might be thinking, well, surely according to this logic, this means you're always going to have a mental disorder because you're always going to be thinking a lot about Elon Musk because, you know, you're told a lot about Elon Musk. I mean, you're thinking about Elon Musk right now. So you might be thinking, well, doesn't that mean you're always going to have a mental disorder? And I would say, yes, yes, you are, because of course you have a mental disorder. Everyone does. Like just deal with it. Okay, so anyway, we're going. Am I getting ahead of myself? I'm sorry. Like, could you leave a comment if I'm sort of reacting appropriately to this? Thank you. That would be really helpful for my mental health. So, I did sort of improve on one of these things in that I was feeling tired. Yeah, okay, right. Sorry, feeling tired or having loose energy while using X, which I didn't actually get at all. So maybe I do need to like just use X more. That'll be fine. So that's a real positive because I scored low. Scoring low means better mental health. Yeah. So poor anger or overreacting. Do I have poor anger? My doctor was saying to me like, well, you know, if you don't react to political content all the time, then how do you have empathy, right? How do you interact with the world? You know, it's totally normal to be angry at all times at political stuff. So yeah, I do need to work on that. I also got like I think this is the biggest thing of all. Like so, yeah, like I do feel a failure for not reacting enough to political content. I think that that's really a core part of my mental distress. Um, so yeah, I think that's the main thing. But anyway, at the end, you add up all the numbers and you get 22. So I think my mental health is 22. It's important that I'm completely focused on, you know, external people I've never met and you know things outside my control. That's really important, and I think that's really going to help me to interact with the world better. So yeah, I hope that it gave you something to think about, or your journey, me sharing this with you. And I think I feel much better sharing this with you. You know, it's just such an important thing to discuss. So, put it that way. I need to take care of that. And then I suppose that's it for this video. If you liked this video, don't forget to like it. Bye. Take care.